welcome. Happy Monday. I was almost going to say something about it being the beginning of July, and then I'm looking at my calendar and it's definitely not the beginning of July. Next, we're going to be like coming into August next week, which is crazy. Um, Summer has definitely been chaotic over here with us at our household, but it is also such a great time of year to be able to get outside more and I think fitness is easier in the summer just because the days are longer and I have more flexibility like in my mornings for me with my kids. I don't have to get them right out the door to school, so I can get in a workout if I'm motivated and plan it. But I wanted to talk, first of all, highlight the fact that we are doing our first ever Hungry Fitness Girls Night Out next Saturday. So August 3rd. I know summer is crazy and getting anywhere and planning ahead is very hard to do this time of year, especially in August as we're kind of getting into back to school, last minute vacations, all of those things. But the HF team is all coming to town next weekend for our annual retreat. And I have wanted to do some kind of a community meetup forever. And so we just decided to plan one a month ago, and it is turning out to be such an awesome event. I've had so many local companies that I love reach out and say that they want to do a pop-up tent or some other things that are a secret that I don't want to mention yet, but there's just a lot of fun things in store for like a little mini farmers market for those that come. We have also worked really hard to get swag bags with really exciting merch, HF merch in them, as well as samples from some of our favorite vendors. And we have refreshments. We're going to do a really fun workout, kind of like a Hungry Fitness style workout that anyone can do. And we're just super excited. Hopefully you come. We can meet you, socialize. We can all make new friends. Also bring a friend. We're doing a special discount for those of you that buy an additional ticket. Then pretty much both of your tickets are half off. And yeah, we hope you can all make it. I think that we are at about, I think we have like 2/3 of our tickets left. It looks like we're about 40% sold. So get your ticket soon because I just announced it on social media, and hopefully we'll see you there. And let us know if you're coming too, so we can just plan on making sure we meet you as well. So we're super excited about that. Let me know if you have any questions on that. And then I wanted to just do a little bit of a Q&A session today. I had someone ask, one of the HF Physique subscribers ask how to get the courage to go to a gym to work out. And I think this is a really good question because gyms can be super intimidating, especially a commercial gym setting where people are usually going to like get in their workout quick. It's not necessarily a very friendly environment. Most of the time, everyone has their headphones on. People aren't really like looking to socialize. And I think people are pretty focused. And so if you have a question and you look around, like it's not like there's like someone that's just walking around answering questions at a commercial gym. That would be genius. We should invent that. But I think some things that have helped me going into a commercial gym. So I have always been an athlete, and I've always had a coach really throughout different periods of my life. And so that's been super helpful with my fitness. But I think also with just always feeling welcome and like there's no stupid questions when I'm on a team. I'm like the first person to ask questions. And so after I graduated college, I probably took about 6 months where I just didn't want to do anything physical because I ran track and field and I was really burned out by the time I finished my senior year. And then I decided that I still wanted fitness to be a part of my life. I noticed a huge difference from like going full time to doing nothing. And so I came back to the gym, and I remember feeling really intimidated at first. And I pretty much just hung to the treadmill because I knew that. And after a little bit of time, I started to notice people going to the group fitness classes, and I thought that that looked really fun. So I joined some group fitness classes. I don't even know if they do these classes anymore. I know Autumn used to teach these classes, but like body pump And what are some of the other ones called? Body
Body
something.
body combat, body pump,
Yeah,
um,
a little Zumba. I think I hit a Zumba
step,
class in there.
body
Some spin
sculpt
classes.
classes.
Yeah, and it was great. And I am such a big fan of group fitness for people that are new to fitness because you're going to introduce ideally, I mean it depends on the group fitness class, but it's a great way to introduce some form of resistance training and movement. And you don't have to think about it. It's really upbeat. It's a great way to meet friends at a gym. Um, and then it's also a great way to yeah, be less intimidated because it's a welcoming environment. You just show up, you can stand in the back, you can watch other people move, and you can learn how to move your body through fitness. Um, and then also challenge yourself with weights, which is very important. I think the downfall of group fitness is you're limited with equipment and resistance profiles, and then also just weight that you can lift. And so for most people, after a certain period of time, your lean gains, like your ability to put on lean tissue, kind of plateaus and you need more. And so I think then moving into the gym space, the free weights and machine space is kind of like like a little bit easier transition than if you just show up first place and move to the commercial gym setting, like where the free weights are. It can, I think going to a couple group fitness classes can at least get you familiar with the gym. You see some familiar faces, you learn how to move your body, and it might be a little bit less intimidating to move into the gym. But for those of you that are like, group fitness sounds terrible, I definitely, that's not where I want to be. I can relate to that as well. And I think some things that are really helpful for me. I then did CrossFit for a decade, and then I had my garage gym. So I just maybe 3 years ago now, I went to a commercial gym again and was doing my own thing this time. I have no interest in doing group fitness. Um, and some things that really helped me were having a plan. Like I wrote down my workout ahead of time. I knew what I was doing when I went to the gym. So I'm not trying to kind of like figure out my workout once I show up. So HF Physique checks that box for you. You have a plan and it's designed for a commercial gym setting. Having a workout partner can be helpful. So like maybe calling a friend and seeing if they want to join you for a session. That's a great idea. Or a sibling, or just maybe someone that you know is already at the gym working out, like asking them if you could get in a lift with them sometime and having them sort of show you around and show you how the different machines work can be awesome. And then I think also like familiarizing yourself with the gym. So maybe your first time you go, you decide, okay, I'm just going to do incline walking on the treadmill and I'm just going to kind of go around and assess like where everything is, looking at my workout for the week. So you could look at your lower body session, go in, do an incline walk, and then just walk around and like figure out where all of the machines are and maybe try them out if you want to and just see how they work and ask questions if you don't know how they work. I have had to ask questions at the gym in like the last 3 years when I don't know how a machine work. If it's a new machine, I'm not quite sure how to set it up. I'll just ask someone that's next to me if they've used it, or I'll go ask someone at the front desk, or if someone's just finishing up using it, I might ask them when they're done. And I have only ever had people be really helpful with that. Like if someone asks me how to use something at the gym, I get so excited because I know that they're new and I want them to have a positive experience. And I really think most people are that way at a commercial gym if you ask for help. Like they're happy to help and provide their expertise. Because we've all been there too. No one just shows up and like knows how to use everything and knows where everything is. So I think
And
going around
usually,
and just familiarizing yourself can be really helpful in doing it, maybe doing it like not at a peak hour. So probably not between like 4 and 7 p.m. or between 7 and 10 a.m. Go like midday if you can and just plan on going for 30 to 40 minutes and just going around and like walking your workout, maybe doing a few exercises at the beach, just so you feel comfortable with the layout and where things are. And what were you going to add, Henrietta?
no, I was just gonna say that usually, like they will either have someone working like at a, in the a reception, or they will have like personal trainers. So like when I joined a commercial gym 10 months ago, then I hadn't been in a commercial gym either for years. And I was also like a little intimidated going on the machine. So, and that when I joined that gym, like a one personal trainer session was kind of included. And then, of course, they want you to buy more. So I said that, okay, but I only want you to show me around the gym and show me the machines. Like I have my program. I'm not going to be in need of a personal trainer, but I would love to use your service to just show me around the gym. And that's what we did. So I think that's a pretty common thing on a commercial gym today that so because I was definitely also intimidated because you don't want to be that person that just goes to a machine and you don't know how anything works and you're just trying to like so yeah, definitely have someone show you, even if there's someone that works there, or if at a quiet time there's someone in the gym or a friend. Yeah, that helps a ton for sure.
I feel like too, most gyms now, like most commercial gyms, when you sign up, they have somebody that you get like a free training session, or you get
Yeah,
like a,
exactly.
yeah, you get like a
That
free
Yes.
was
tour or
I
something.
know. I wasn't offered that on either of the
I think
gyms I just
maybe
signed up
because
at.
they knew you didn't need it.
I was just thinking about,
I knew that you lived it
I
before.
I think that's common. So yeah,
but I think that
it
is
was weird.
common. I was just gonna say that. And I think even like usually they'll have some kind of a special for personal training, like for a
Yeah,
new
yeah.
person. And maybe that's not feasible for you right now. Like maybe that's not in the budget. But if it is, then even just having one PT session, and even maybe for that personal training session, you show them your workout. Like, hey, I want to do this workout. Can you run me through it so I feel really
Yeah.
comfortable? I
Mm.
would recommend that. And honestly, any trainer that's like working at a commercial gym will probably be like, oh, that sounds great. I would love to. So, they can give you tips and feedback and also even watch your form too and give you suggestions in that way. And there's nothing more helpful than having some eyes on you.
Mm.
And then just maybe you have them run you through like your lower body workout, and then they can look at your upper body workout and just show you where things are too. I think that would be really helpful in joining a new gym. And
Another thing that I think often gets overlooked is, most depending on where you live, there are a lot of neighborhoods that will have like a Facebook group or whatever. Like the neighborhood I have has like a mom's Facebook group. Look for recommendations on different types of gyms. Like it doesn't have to be your Crunch or your Planet Fitness. Like those are going to be a little more broy. Like that's just the vibe that's
yeah,
there. And if you're looking to avoid that, honestly, I was looking to avoid that because I don't know, I just not my thing. And I ended up joining like a community rec center.
yeah,
And honestly, it's very reflective of the community. It's a lot of moms and dads and general pop people, and some of them really know what they're doing, and some of them really don't, and it's all okay, right? It's all
yeah,
accepted. Um, so obviously, it depends on the kind of community environment that you're living in, but know that it doesn't have to be your 24-hour thing. Like maybe there is a women's only,
mhm,
boutique gem somewhere that could be worth checking out. So just long-winded way to say there's more than one option usually.
yes, for sure. And one thing that you could even do too is just if you go to the gym, just like have it be a staged approach, right? So if you're going to go to the gym, maybe just do the HF at home workout and like grab some dumbbells or do fit foundations and like grab some dumbbells and go to the turf area. So you're just in like one spot for the whole workout, and you can do fit foundations there, and like you're moving your body, you're kind of getting used to a few pieces of equipment, and you're just like surveying the
Yeah.
scene and not having to move around a bunch, and you're just in and out, and do that for like a couple weeks and then decide, okay, now I want to add on a couple lifts. Maybe you do the 30-minute option and just give yourself 60 minutes to get it done. So like I have time to like look around and find the next machine. And I think even too, maybe doing your lifts at like 60%, not going to failure the first week or so, just knowing you're feeling stressed about being in a new environment and not having huge expectations of yourself. Like the whole purpose is to just go move your body and get used to a new environment. And I think also remembering that, well, for one, I won't have you do anything crazy that will make you look like an idiot at the gym. All of our programming is very traditional lifting movements too. So I think just like knowing that what you're doing is is effective for building muscle and you have solid programming to implement at the gym, and that also people are more worried about themselves. Like people are thinking about themselves at the gym, or they're in their own little bubble. Very rarely do I see people just like scanning and judging at the gym. So just know, you know, you can put your headphones on, put a hat on if you want to kind of like block everyone out, and just look at your workout and don't worry about what anyone else thinks, because they're either focused and in the zone and wanting to get a good workout in, or they're new and are also trying to figure things out. So don't worry about what other people think of you. And I think if anything, if I see someone that I can tell is kind of new to the gym, I think it's awesome and I'm excited for them. So just know, if anything, most people that see you are like quietly giving you encouragement. Anything else to add? I know of our team, even like all of us have been in the health and fitness space for decades now. I think Jess, I don't know if she's on it. I think she has gone to a commercial gym after years of working out at home or in a CrossFit space. I know Casey has, I know Autumn has, and I think Henrietta has also. And I think actually Griffin maybe has too. So I think all of us in the last 5 years have either re-entered the commercial gym space or entered for the first time. And just know, like, it is, I gave myself 2 months. I just reminded myself, like, okay, this environment, I'm not going to love it. And it's not going to feel like home for probably at least 20 times going. And by the 20th time, like, I'm going to feel really comfortable here. I'm going to be able to hold my own as far as like space goes and know that I deserve to be there. And I'm going to be confident in where I'm going and how to kind of, I know like which machines have like more of a line and are in more of demand. So I'll strategically get those ones in if I know that they're open. Like I kind of have a really good routine when I go now. And that probably took me, I just told myself it was going to take about 20 times to like feel comfortable in that space. And I would say after about a month, yeah, probably about that, like about 15 sessions, I started to feel really confident and comfortable there. And I started to like see some familiar faces that I could at least like give a nod to, and just knew that I was welcomed there. And so I think knowing like just because you feel really uncomfortable this first week, it's not always going to be that way.
And usually if you go like at the same time, it's going to be the same people. Like you're going to kind of feel like, okay, this is my crowd. Like I totally recognize what you're saying, where it feels like it's just becomes kind of a second home, right? Where you are getting to know people if you want that. Of course, you don't need to, but there will definitely be, that kind of new relationships that are created, like in, some people can become friends, you will just be the highs, and some will be conversations, and some you will learn from, and some will inspire you. Like it will feel like it can be like everything, whatever you want it to be, but it's going to feel nice.
How long would you say it took you to feel comfortable going to like the new commercial gym space, Henrietta?
I would say, I don't think it took me that long as you said. I think maybe a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
And
2 weeks for sure.
Yeah. I feel like that's whenever I joined a new gym, like that's what a couple of weeks I would say. And then I feel like, okay, as you mentioned, like I belong, because that's exactly the feeling when you enter a new gym, because you're entering a CrossFit gym, like everyone knows each other and you feel like you're like not the outcast, that was the wrong word, but like you feel like you're the new one,
outsider. Well, you've joined multiple gyms, you've traveled so much.
I've been exactly, so I've done it a lot of times, and I always feel uncomfortable because I don't like new. But it take a couple of weeks, depending on, of course, if I've been there once, it will take me longer, once a week. But if I'm there a few times of the week, couple of weeks, then I'm feeling like I'm like I'm a part of this. So
one thing I will say too is like dressing in clothes that you feel comfortable in too. One thing I've noticed, like I don't really worry about that when I'm working out at home because no one really sees me. But one thing, like I like to wear a little bit tighter fitting shorts or leggings when I'm doing lower body. Because if I have like loose flowy ones, and if I'm doing like hip thrust or anything, I feel really self-conscious, like, oh, am I flashing anyone? So that's something to pay attention to. Maybe you know, dressing in layers, like just dressing in whatever you feel like, okay, when I'm moving my body, am I going to feel self-conscious because things are like kind of not staying in place, or do I feel really comfortable here, or am I going to be just like burning up super hot? Do I need to bring some layers? And then, yeah, as far as kind of my favorite things, I like to have headphones. I like to have a water bottle that doesn't spill so I can like seal it or flip the lid down. And I like to have my phone for programming. Something else I like to bring are like my ankle cuffs for cable work. And I like to bring my Versa grips, my Pro Versa grips for doing like any barbell work. So I'll bring usually my grips, my cable, like my cuffs, my ankle cuffs, and then just make sure I have my headphones and my phone and my water bottle. And I'll usually have those in a small gym bag and just like kind of carry that from where I'm going. It depends on the gym. Like if it's a pretty safe gym and they have cubbies out in the open, then I'll put some what I'm not using in the moment in the cubbies. If that's not the case, then I'll just kind of carry my little bag with me wherever I'm going.
Yeah, I have a
And
bag.
lately I'll have my little, I mean, if you're nervous going into the gym to work out, think of me with my little tripod camera trying to not set it up awkwardly to film my workout so I can share it or post it on the app for an exercise. That's always fun to do. So I will usually have that as well. But also, if you guys do that and film your lifts and want to share them to the groups with questions, we would love it. The more you post, you know, or like look at your form while you're lifting, the better you can kind of see how you're moving in space, and we can give you feedback on that too. So there's also people doing that.
That's brave, actually. I think that's brave.
I should do like have someone film
If
me
I do
trying
it,
to
it's
do
like
that
no one
sometime.
is around. It's not.
I'm like, okay, nobody's right there. I'm gonna set it up real quick, try to get this lift in really quick.
I've done that too. I'm like, oh, I hate doing this.
Oh, I'm so annoying. Yeah.
My gym's filled
That's
with
why
a
I like
bunch
my
of
garage.
kiddos. My kids, my gym's filled with like a bunch of teenagers, so they're always like
Yeah, always on
filming
the phone.
themselves. I'm like,
Just one in the crowd.
yeah, move out of the way.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. Yes. And I think most of all, like, know that whether you're a beginner or you've been there for 3 years, like, you deserve to be there. You're a paying member, whether you're bench pressing 3 pounds or squatting 10 pounds.
Yep, space.
You deserve to take up space, and like you don't need to rush through your lifts. If someone's hovering, like ignore them. Obviously be courteous and don't just like be scrolling social media, but at the same time, like know that you can take your 90 seconds to 2 minutes rest between your lifts. That is okay. And I think just remembering like you deserve to be there, even if you are new and like totally just figuring out how to exercise and you've never lifted before. You deserve to be there just as much as the guy that's been lifting for 20 years next to you. So remember that, and let us know in the groups if you're going to go to the gym for the first time. We will cheer you on. It's such an exciting thing. So we are here if you have questions along the way. And we hope to meet as many of you as possible that are local to Utah for the Girls Night Out event next weekend. And I hope you all have a fantastic last-ish week and a half of July. And we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye.